maybe first just reflections on Game 5 now that they had a couple days to digest it.
Tough, and it's frustrating, but things happen in sport, and maybe the game was left a little bit too close, and there's an unfortunate collision that happens, and we have a turnover with 37 seconds left to go in the game, and they capitalize on it. And at the end of the day, we didn't have enough offense during that game. We needed more. We had opportunities on the power play, and we needed more offense. We needed more shots, more quality shots. And in saying that, they weren't easy to come by. They played well. They protected the front of their net. High scoring chance areas were protected well, and there was two teams out there battling. And I don't take anything away from our group. They played hard right to the last second.
Maybe an overall thought on the season as a whole.
Overall, I thought, the American Hockey League, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of changes all the time, and you're trying to win hockey games, and you're trying to produce hockey players and people. And for me, the whole season with this group, it was good. I would say it was better than good. I thought the players improved. I thought the group improved. And we just didn't get to the next level there. But as far as the season went, I thought it was a successful season as far as wins and losses went, and player improvement.
Looking at the playoff series that you just played, 2 overtime wins to have the lead, and 2 chances to close out, and then eventually getting eliminated by a goal. What do you hope that these players are taking away from this experience? What do you think the learning aspect of this is that will make them better moving forward?
Well, I think the learn of the whole thing is every second counts, and the details really count. Face-offs, blue lines where the pucks are won and lost on battles on the blue lines. All those little things come into such a huge play. So I would say that what they would take out of this, and those discussions will happen, what they'll take is every play, every shift, every second of every shift counts.
A lot of questions today in terms of just the integration of the team, inclusiveness, and how tight this team is. Jimmy being the captain here, I'll get to the award in a second, but what makes Jimmy such a good captain for this team? What are the strengths that he brings to this team that helps you as a coach to have them come together?
Well, right off the top of my head, the one thing is he's a veteran guy that knows the league, and he knows people. And the big thing is he has time for everybody, and his patience, I think, and his time that he has to listen to other people's complaints and give good advice to the young players and preach the coach's message and the message of the organization. So, he's an all-around leader.
And for his community work, obviously he was named the AHL Man of the Year, recognized by the league for what he does. Nice little presentation for him for the award too while you're on the road. How special was that moment, and how happy are you to see someone like Jimmy get that recognition?
Yeah, it's great. It's and I think after that presentation was made, I don't know, if everybody was privy to seeing what went on, but it was giant group hugs for him because he deserved it. We can't say enough about him as a man, and the award is very telling.
And I'll finish this because you did mention, producing hockey players, and you did say people. Mm-hmm. What kind of standard does he set as the captain for the people side of things in terms of, being a good person as well as carrying the load of being a professional hockey player?
Yeah, I think, he's set the bar for our organization here very high, treats people the right way, and teaches the younger guys how to treat people the right way. And, as I say, he does a tremendous job for our dressing room.
We're going to talk about, the AHL is a lot about development and the prospects, obviously, from the jet system that are down here. There's a lot. I'm not going to go through each and every single one unless you want to. But, Daniel Torgerson, Henry Nicken, first full year with those that pair, and you kept them together on the line, I think, for the most part of throughout the course of this year. So what did you see from them from a development perspective?
Yeah, I saw them, develop at different rates. Nikkanen, for example, I thought his first half of the year until Christmas really improved a lot, and after Christmas maybe slowed down a little bit, but still had games where you could really see, him using his big frame and playing a man's game. Torgerson, a little bit slower start, but certainly improved right through the season and had a stronger second half. And to me, you could see his man NHL type of game coming out of him, the last month of the season. So both huge improvements for those both guys. Their development was good. And then you can go through the goaltending. I thought they both got better throughout the year. And then, Tyrell Bauer, for example, another guy that we didn't think he was going to get as many games as he did get in. I think he got near 50 games and improved vastly, where we couldn't take him out of the lineup at times. There was some huge improvement on those players, and that's what it's about.
Do you as a coaching staff see the benefit of guys who are trying to challenge each other for the next spot? Like Billy was here talking about how him and Declan and Leon all think the game somewhat similarly, and obviously two are left side guys, one's a right side guy, but they're all kind of knowing that they're kind of in line to try and get that next step. But Billy said that it helps them because it gives them a little bit of an edge. Do you see the benefit to that from these guys? They can learn things from each other, but also in a friendly way try and push the other guy to get to that next level.
For sure. Internal competition is the best. I mean, it's fighting for ice time, fighting for special teams time, and fighting to be the guy. And they do it in the right manner, and that's something as coaching staff we're watching all the time and making sure that they're doing it in the proper way, and they do, but they compete within the group for sure.
And we always talk about, you can't just be a one-trick pony to get to that next level. You have to be able to add elements to your game. Leon was talking about the idea of adding PK, because we think of him as an offensive guy, scored 20 goals, obviously set the Moose record, but adding PK to his resume maybe will help him get to that next level. So what did you see from him specifically that maybe could help him at the next level?
Yeah, I think, we all know he brings offense and with the goal scoring and that his PK for sure continues to be a piece of work. Like he needs to keep improving there, and his defensive zone net front play, boxing out and being a physical defenseman in front of the net with a good stick. That's a work in progress for him, and he does continue to get better at it.
Well, it's not just players who get better; it's coaches. And how did you improve yourself from the start of the season till now?
Yeah, I think for me it's all about learning your players, and they're not all treated the right way or the same way, I should say. So it's all about learning them and developing relationships with them so that the things that they want to hear, and sometimes they have to hear things a different way. It's how you present yourself and how you present the message to them, and I think I learned a lot about that this year compared to our group last year, which was probably a little bit more veteran. I had some younger guys here this year that needed to be told things a certain way.
So what's next for you now in terms of the off-season? How do you approach this off-season? What are the things that a coach works on, I guess, when you're preparing for next year?
Well, we are always, first of all, the big thing, I guess, is, we'll meet and talk about all our players and, where we thought we could have been better as far as working with them, how much time we spent with them, did we spend the right amount of time with them? So exit interviews will tell that a little bit, and then the coaches will get together and talk about that, and then we'll go through our systems to find out if, were they the right systems to play. I mean, at the end of the day, did they help us throughout the year, and do we have to work on those and tweak them? And then, of course, it's a funny thing. Hockey is all about, it's kind of like follow the leader, so everyone watches NHL playoffs and see who's the best team or who has the best systems, and next thing you know, you're watching their videos. So it's never, we're always learning.